The cops in this movie, for the most part, were goofy.
I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way.
Ayy. So I checked out of Death. This is a film about police corruption that was directed by Mike Burns.
The film is about a photojournalist named Shannon Mathers, who finds trouble while out on a hike to spread her pop's ashes in the woods of a small town in Georgia. Shannon witnesses and photographs the murder of a drug dealer by a corrupt sheriff's deputy, which makes her the unintended target of the whole sheriff's department that's involved in drug distribution. Shannon runs for her life, but the dirty cops are on her tail, and they attempt to track her down through the thick forest so that they can silence her permanently. But lucky for her, a former officer played by Bruce Willis arrives just in time to save her while out on a stroll. And together, they take down the dirty cops.
The cops in this movie, for the most part, were goofy, and their attempts to clean up their mess only made things worse. By the end of the film, the cops were involved in murder, narcotics trafficking, kidnapping, and even evidence tampering, just to name a few crimes.
The police are supposed to protect and serve, but this sheriff department took that expression to a whole nother level. They were serving their community with narcotics and eliminating people to protect their personal interests. The cops were running their narcotics operation by seizing drugs from local dealers, then supplying their own dealers with the drugs to sell on the streets. The film's story would have been a lot better if they expanded on that and kept moving in that direction, but they went completely off course, and the way the movie played out was mad predictable.
The sheriff department's manhunt for Shannon was hella underwhelming. The chase scenes were lacking suspense, and at one point, Shorty literally gave herself up to the Jakes, but somehow got away. This is one of those films where the bad guys have the opportunity to off their target, but they don't, which leads to their demise.
There were 3 cops that were doing the most damage. Officer Billy was played by Lala Kent. She played her role well. Shorty was hella deceptive. As we all know, there is no honor amongst thieves, and she got done dirty by her fellow officers. Michael Cero played Sheriff Hank. He was a huge snake. I'm talking King Cobra status. He's the type of dude that would smile in your face and act like y'all are cool, but would later stab you in your back with that same smile on his face. He was running for mayor using security and integrity as his mandates, but he couldn't be trusted and was making his community less secure by pumping drugs back into it. Hank was down to do whatever it took to achieve his goal of becoming mayor and to keep his drug trafficking operation under wraps. The drug money must have been used to fund his campaign because he went as far as to sacrifice a fellow officer whose injury was interfering with their ability to locate Shannon, who had evidence of their corruption. Tyler John Olson played the sheriff's brother, Tom Rivers. He provided the film's comedy. He was snorting blow while dressed in his police uniform and just acting a fool throughout the film. Bruce Willis played Jack Harris, a former police officer that was grieving the loss of his wife, so he moved out of the city to the countryside to enjoy his retirement. I'd say he played more of a supporting role in this film. He was laid back and looked like he had no worries about what he and Shannon were up against. He literally appeared out of nowhere to save her and then went ghost up until the end. At this point, I think dude is just picking up these easy roles for a easy check, even though his name brings the majority of the viewers to these lackluster films. Jamie King played the photojournalist Shannon. She was the star of the film, and even though I'm 100% sure she would have got bodied in real life, she played her role well and was a decent action hero. This film gave off heavy girl power vibes because Shannon basically took out the corrupt cops solo.
The film was clearly low budget. The majority of scenes were shot in a forest or bush out in Georgia, and the special effects weren't the best. But overall, the movie was entertaining, so I'm gonna go ahead and run it 2 mics. Let me know what y'all thought about Out of Death in the comments below. It's absolutely free for y'all to support the channel. Doesn't cost y'all a dime to hit that like and subscribe button, so make sure y'all do that. And I'm gonna get up with y'all on the next video, alright? Holla at me.
I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way